Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to talk about the line and stacked column chart and line and clustered column chart. These charts are kind of similar to the stacked column chart and the clustered column chart. The only difference is there is a line in between which would be showing you a different measure. So let's go to the Power BI screen and see how can we create these. So we are in our Power BI screen. To create these charts, what you can do is you can go over here and you can find the line and stacked column chart. So click over here and just increase the size of it. Now let's say that I want to see how are these different categories doing in terms of sales, and also I want to see how are the subcategories doing inside of it. So if I do that, I would be able to create the stacked column chart. So let's first create a stacked column chart. To create a stacked column chart, what I'll do is I will drag the category over here and I will drag the subcategories, and I want to see the sales, so I will drag the sales over here. You can see that it has added the fields itself. So over here in the x-axis it has added the categories, and in the column y-axis it has added the sales, so it is showing me the category wise sales. Also I wanted to divide these each column into different subsets. So what it has done is in the column legends it has kept the subcategories. Now I want to pass a line through it and I want to see how it is doing in terms of profit. To do that, what I can do is I can go here in the profit and I can drag and drop this profit over here. Now you can see a line is going inside of it, which is basically showing me the profit. To refer the profit, what you can do is you can refer the right hand side y-axis. It has created two different y-axis. On the left hand side, it is showing me the sum of sales, and on the right hand side, it is showing me the sum of profit. Now, if you want to format this visual, you can go in the format your visual, and over here you have got multiple options. For example, the y-axis and the secondary y-axis over here. So let's say if you want to format these individually, you can do it with the help of these axis options. We'll be talking about the formatting options in more depth in the upcoming sessions. Also, you have got the options of this data labels. So you can turn these data labels on to see the exact values. Also, we have got the option of the shade area and the markers over here. So if I turn on the markers, it would show me the marker points in the line. So this is how you can create a line and stacked column chart. Now let's say if you want to see the line and clustered column chart, it is similar to the clustered column chart that we have created. So I will go in the new page and I will just take this visual, which is the line and clustered column chart. So again, I want to see the categories, and in the clusters I want to see how are the different subcategories doing inside of it. So for that, I will drag and drop this category, and I can drag the subcategories also over here. Now I want to see how it is doing in terms of sales. So again, I will drag and drop the sales. So you can see it has created different clusters. Now, how are these clusters showing me the data? So over here on the left hand side, we have the sum of sales, and each cluster is basically a different category. So over here I have technology, furniture, and the office supplies, and the values inside these categories. So the bars which are over there are showing me the different subcategories. And if you want to see the subcategories, you can see the legend over here of different subcategories and which color is representing which subcategory. Now let's say I want to pass a line between these, and that line would be showing me the profit which each subcategory is doing. So I can drag and drop this profit over here in the line y-axis, and you can see the line is now showing me the different value of profit done by each categories. So again, if you want to see the data labels over here, you can go here in the format usual and you can turn on the data labels over here. So this line particularly now is showing me the profit done by each category and not each subcategory. So you have to be very careful when you are using this option. You can customize this option to see the different values of the profit for each subcategories also. So over here I have these y-axis and secondary y-axis options also, which you can use to control the y-axis and secondary y-axis in order to see this data more clearly. So some of the formatting options we have already talked about in the previous lectures. So we have these x-axis, y-axis, the legend options and what it does, and how to change the position of this legend. Also, there are some more formatting options that we will be talking about in the upcoming sessions. So this was all for the line and stacked column chart and the line and stack clustered column chart. Thank you.